On your Wednesday afternoon, middle of the work week, we'll have a few scattered showers and storms today, but then we'll have some changes the rest of the week and into the weekend. We actually turn drier with less rain, but much more heat coming our way. Hot weather will be the focus later this week into the weekend, even through much of next week. We're also watching the tropics. Tropical Storm Cristobal has just formed today, but it's not going to pose any threat to any land areas. It's out in the middle of the open Atlantic Ocean. We'll show you what Cristobal is doing in just a few moments. But first, let's talk about what's going on across the area. Live look at radar. We have some isolated showers happening on the South Shore. A little bit of rain towards Homa with this thunderstorm heading into Homa at this point. A little bit of lightning with that. Got some spotty showers in the river parishes, also a little bit of rain towards New Orleans east. So we have some isolated showers, mostly focused on the South Shore, even along the coast towards Grand Island, Port Fourchon. So there is a chance for a couple isolated showers and storms throughout the course of the afternoon. Very hit or miss. Temperatures right now, they're mostly in the low 90s. 92 in Mandeville and in Kenner, 84 in Homa since we're getting a little bit of rain down the bayou at this point. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Feels like 104 in Belle Chase, 103 in Hammond, 103 in Kenner. And we're going to keep on heating up heading into this weekend. Feels like temperatures today could climb to maybe 106 to 107 this afternoon, especially if you don't see any rain. And that's really my concern the rest of the week into the weekend is that heat index, which could approach maybe 110 going into this weekend. So we'll probably have heat advisories, maybe even extreme heat warnings coming up later in the week into the weekend. And the main reason is because we have a big area of high pressure. A heat dome builds over the central and southern part of the country and stays locked in place over the Gulf Coast from now basically until the middle of next week. Temperatures this weekend, upper 90s. We'll stay in the upper 90s heading into next week as well. That means our feels like temperatures could approach 110 almost every day this weekend into next week. And we'll have much lower rain chances because of that high pressure. Very little rain to help cool us off. So today is basically our best bet to see a few scattered showers because we'll have much less rain in the forecast Thursday, Friday, this weekend, and even into next week. So let's talk about what's happening out in the tropics. So Tropical Storm Cristobal has formed as of this morning. We're watching two other spots, two other areas in the tropics in the central and eastern tropical Atlantic Ocean. One of them has a high chance of tropical development in the coming days. But Cristobal is going to be very short-lived. It's encountering some cooler waters in the northern Atlantic, some more dry air and wind shear. It'll be fizzled out by tomorrow. Also, it's not posing any threat to any land areas. It's in the open ocean. But here we go. We're watching Invest 92 farther to the south in the central Atlantic. Spaghetti models showing some consistency that it will be approaching the Lesser Antilles, the Caribbean, later this weekend, and it will keep moving west through the Caribbean Sea going into early next week. But there's also a lot of dry air and wind shear in the Caribbean and even in the central Atlantic. So it looks like a pretty disorganized area of showers and storms will be moving towards the Lesser Antilles. I think there will be some more rain and some gustier winds as a result of this across parts of the islands this weekend and maybe even into early next week. But basically when it gets into the Caribbean, it looks to be dissipating. This is still going to be a long-term area to watch. Make sure you stay tuned, but there are no tropical concerns for us across the Gulf Coast over the next week. Here's your 7-day. Our focus is the very hot and muggy weather every day. Temperatures will be in the upper 90s, getting close to near records this weekend into next week.